So High Stakes, man. I mean, this is a legendary guest for us. What are you doing out there? What are you cooking? Are you in any positions? Maybe we'll just
Me,
start from top down.
no. I am. My position is known from everyone. Like I'm on Sui, on Hype. I did open a new position on FEI, and then I like concentrated bets, so I don't have 30 position like a lot of people. Me, I like to have 2, 3 speculative position, and then of course I hold Bitcoin. Then I do leverage, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the strategy is basically concentrated bets, right? And then
Yeah,
a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
speculative ones, like you had said. And these are big size bets, like they're outsized. And are you nearly always long? Is there any time that you're taking shorts in these spots?
Yeah, I was doing short in 2019, and since 2020, I don't think I've short once.
Shit.
What's your version of shorting? Is that because you just believe in the market? Or I think you'd also said that shorters make money, but people who are long make wealth.
I just look at my result, and I made a lot of money with by being long and short. I specialize myself to long the dip. Yeah, this is my specialty. Even in a bear market, I long the dip, but of course I hold it. It's a short term, but this I do what I'm good. And I'm good as that. That's long during correction, long dip. So this is what I do. Maybe I will because the type of cycle is changing. I'm not sure we'll have 4-year cycle like back before. So maybe we'll have more short term, easy mode, and it will change a lot. So maybe I will start to short again if it's worth it. But until then, for me, it was like most of my money I did it with the long. So yeah.
Do you think that's because on longs, generally speaking, like mathematically, you can obviously make like the upside is infinite and then the downside for shorts is capped. So is it a function of like being able to capture a larger amount of like multiples of your P&L, or is it just because you have been better at identifying longs when they work and as opposed to shorts when they don't?
Honestly, I think it's both.
Yeah,
I think it's both. Like if you short and maybe you just you short, you have to cut your short, you have to take the opposite position outside. After it's not that easy, to do that with size. Like it's for me, at least for me, it's way better to wait a good setup to long than to try to win every wave. Yeah.
And how long will you typically hold these positions? I guess it depends on if it's a scalp or if it's like a bear market or it is now. But like, will you let your winners run in this kind of market and just let it compound, or are you like a bit more actively like trading it around?
I don't really do scalp.
Yeah.
But it could be few days to 1 month. It depends on the market condition. For sure, during bear market, it's a few days, 1 week. During bull market, it depends where we are in the bull market, but it could also be a few days. And yes, more you keep your long. If it's a good condition, you will make a lot of money, like in bull market. So
yeah, it's easy to compound those scenarios, especially when the cycles are working in your favor. You had mentioned it earlier about cycles a little bit. Now that Bitcoin and crypto in general, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum have ETFs, are a little bit more attached to the traditional United States equities markets. Have you seen or thought about, how cycles might change, and have you seen liquidity changes? Because like you're dealing with size that you have to pay a lot of attention to liquidity and where the pockets are. Have you seen changes? Are you trading ETFs at all? Or are you mostly just trading on Bybit? I know you have a history there. Or using Hype. Curious about where liquidity is and changes you've seen.
I don't know if I was trading leverage trading on Binance, I will have a better view on that. But Binance, the liquidity for me, it's just okay. Like sometimes it's not easy. But I will trade on Binance soon. They just accept me because as a French you cannot trade on leverage on Binance. So yeah, I don't know the liquidity of the market right now. I don't know. Me, I know Bybit.
So no real changes you've seen across the board from that.
Yeah, not really. No, not really. No.
Makes sense. I saw you did get into some speculative stuff, FAI. Maybe we could talk about that because we have been going into AI stuff quite a bit lately. I saw your tweet and reverse engineered, figured out how to do it, and figured out the FAI, and I bought some as well. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on this AI cycle? Are you in any other meme coins or things like that? Is AI even a meme coin? I don't even think it is.
No. I made few bet on meme coin, like 2, 3, but it was small bet for me. I don't look at this on it, honestly. I made a position on FEI, Fresa. Really, I like the vision to create an AI that can manage its own treasury and in own investment. It's a long-term vision, and I think the team is really capable to deliver that. But I don't look at all the projects,
Right.
As I said, I like concentrated bets, so I don't want, because more you look at, if you look at everything, you will finish I will finish by having 30 positions. This is not what I want. So I don't look at new things. Of course, if you start you're starting your trading career, you have to read everything, to know everything. But me at my stage, I just don't want, actually. And that's allow me to, when I have conviction on a project, it must go through. I should have hear about it several times. People that I know should have said, "Oh, Carl, you must look at this." I mean, you should say no more than yes.
Yeah.
So right now that I have my speculative position, like SWI, it's a few months ago, but SWI, HYPE, and FEI. I don't want to add another one, so I don't look at the market.
I like that. That's sharp.
As that, as simple as that, because if I look, I say, maybe I will go on this one and then on this one, and no, I prefer to stay concentrated. And if there is a dip, I will add on them.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I will not.
Yeah, that's noteworthy. It's like the signal to noise ratio. If you're everywhere, you're gonna get shaken out.
That a lot of people that always want, if there is a new project, they want to make a research on everything. Me, I'm the opposite side. I don't know which one is better, but for me, it's good.
So you kind of stick to the same thing, stick to what you know, keep the signal to noise ratio, in your favor.
Yes.
So when you're lining up the trade like this or preparing for a trade, is there like a checklist you're going through before you take a big size in a trade or before you add a dip? Is there anything you're looking at? Or it's just mostly like it's just trading what you know?
I look at the team. This is something the most important for me. I look at the team, the momentum. After, it depends what I want. It's not. I don't have a system or checklist that I have to. No, I'm not like that.
So what about the same thing for like a Bitcoin leverage trade? Is there anything that you're going through there? Is it more just technical base levels? Is there anything technicals that you're using? Anything like that?
No.
I respect that. I respect that. Same as well.
The more you use, the more chances to fuck up, I guess. I like that. I subscribe to that theory.
No. You have level, interesting level you want to look at, and then after this is a price action,
Yeah.
And that's it.
Can we go into maybe like some of your background or whatever whatever you're willing to share? Really, like how did you get into crypto? Like, what were you doing before that? Do you have like a trading background? Like, how whatever you're willing to share would just be interesting to hear.
But before crypto, I was playing poker online in Thailand on full tit.
Nice.
And then, I'm crypto since, I start to be really like on Bitcoin Talk in 2012 every day. Then I put some money in 2013.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, I didn't want to start trading. I didn't think about that because there was no leverage trading. There was very few alts. There was not like you can buy, sell Bitcoin. That's it, So I was more looking at if we can set up, a startup. If the Bitcoin will grow, there will be a lot of opportunities. That's what I thought at that time, but I didn't find anything except, like trade and exchange or security like Ledger did. I know them, so they did that. But except that, there was not opportunity at that time. So I start to trade, After there is Morcon, there is Poloniex, and when Poloniex was there for people who know Poloniex, you can start to try to gamble, like crazy. So I start a few years after, like 2015 maybe.
So
then first real bull market was 2017, and I completely exploded.
Yeah.
So basically, like snowballing that success over and over, and kind of like re-rolling the bankroll over and over. Is that kind of how it led to this?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, there must have been drawdowns as well along the way when you get something wrong or the market goes wrong. What would you say your biggest, peak to trough drawdown was during these periods?
What was what?
The biggest peak to trough drawdowns. What were some of the biggest you've experienced in your bankroll?
In amount of money?
Anything you want to give. Yeah, let's hear it.
When I lost, big, yeah, of course, yeah.
Percentage-wise, what's a percentage?
I don't want to give,
you don't have to give any numbers. Don't worry.
Yeah, but it's crazy, It's crazy.
Yeah. So I guess like what that question was meant to lead to is like, how do you mentally deal with these kind of big swings? I mean, these are like life-changing sums for everyone on the planet. So
the biggest swing I had in 24 hours was completely crazy, like a multiple night thing, You understand? But the thing is, it didn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
Because I have a stop loss on my whole net worth, It's like a kill switch, if my crypto net worth go at this level, I quit everything. I sell everything, And so during these losses, it touched my take profit, my kill switch on my crypto net worth. And so, I was like, it's okay. If it's finished today, because it was during the crash in May 2021, it's finished. It's okay, I will. I was happy with what
You'll survive.
Just look at the glass, it was okay.
So wait, this kill switch on the network, does that mean you'll stop trading forever, or like what is that?
No. But
you'll just kill the positions.
What I was in my mind, in my mindset was I was not focused on the loss, I was focusing, okay, this is my reward, I was happy with that, it's a big money, still, I was not focused on the money I lost. I was focused, okay, I was not thinking in myself, it's finished. But at that time, I said, okay, if everything has to stop right now, I'm happy with this, it's still big money. Okay, I lost 2/3, but, this is a game,
Yeah.
So you're not focused on the net worth highs, essentially. Focus on where you
but after it's human to always, think about that. You cannot. But at that moment, I was not depressed or anything. I was okay, yeah.
No, I love that. I mean, that's the way you have to think about it if you want to succeed. So basically, if it hits the kill switch, you stop. Do you take a step back from trading then in those situations, or when you take a big
Yes.
loss, or
Yes,
and
yes,
you
yes,
force
yes,
yourself
yes.
to do that? Yeah.
Yes. If you sell everything or close to everything, because it was like 80%, because there is 20%, maybe it's in cold storage or it's a position, illiquid position, So, but I sold 80%. It's if I do that, I did it only twice in my trading career. If I do that, it's because I get destroyed by the market. So you're not going to open a new position 1 hour after or 2 days after. No, you have to calm down to understand what did happen, and maybe stop trading for a few weeks. When this happened, I stopped 1 month and a half, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
And
noteworthy.
then I get back all. I got back all in like 2 months or something like that. Crazy.
Wow.
I think that's noteworthy because I think it's easy to, at least for myself, to maybe overtrade in those scenarios where I don't take the discipline and step away or upsize after you take a big loss to try to make it back. So yeah, I'm more interested in.
I do that also, but I was talking to an exceptional situation where, I lost 2/3 of my crypto net worth in 24 hours. I'm not talking about a big trade that I lose. Yeah, me too. I'm inclined to open a new one in a few days.
So that's for a catastrophic situation. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So is there like, it feels like for you, sometimes we usually ask people like, is there a number when you make this much, you're going to stop? But for you,
No.
it feels like no, you're more likely to stop if you like lose this much, if that makes sense.
Stop for to do what? What I'm going to do? Go to the beach taking tequila? What the fuck, I need to have today. That's why I don't do research. There is a lot of things happening in crypto I'm not aware of. But I have the good between I still on the market, but I don't have to be focused 12 hours per day on my screen. What's the point to get rich if you have to stay 12 hours on your screen?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but on the opposite side, I will never stop. So.
Michael joined us.
What's the goal? Like, is it just like get the number as high as possible and then that's it? Like,
I don't
there's got to be
know.
like some sort of target or something like that, right? Like,
No, I don't have target. No.
Just up only.
What, do you have a goal, OSF? Is there a goal to any of this? I think it's just
No,
the
I don't.
game.
I don't have.
It's just the game, right?
I don't have a goal either, which is why I'm interested to hear like your response too. It's just like you get to a certain level, then you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? Just keep doing it. You just keep doing more of the same thing. I guess I saw a quote. I can't remember who said this on Twitter, but if you're playing a game and you're good at the game, you don't just quit because you're
exactly.
Because you won. You keep playing it and winning.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you're good at the game, you like the game. Why stop? No.
Welcome, Mike. How are you?
Great, man. Great to see you too. What have you guys been chatting about? Big trades of the year so far?
I don't know if we've done too many of that. Just a little bit of background, talking about strategy. Just I don't know, random stuff, random happenings. Join in.
No, I love it. I've been following High Stakes Capital for a long time. Locked account, right? So it's more difficult to get to see the tweets these days. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan. What have you been trading this year so far? Have you got involved in any of these AI agents stuff? I think I saw KBM said you got involved in Fraser, was it?
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, but that's it. No, that's it.
Just gone up only.
That's it. Like I said just before you came, I like the vision. I think the team is capable to deliver this vision. So yeah, and so I'm not going to look at everything else. I made my bet. That's it.
Yeah.
I think an interesting thing to touch on would be like how you decide to take profits in these positions because they're so big. You're trying to catch these trends. Are they just targets that you're coming up with? I mean, like it's just more like a feel on how fast and the velocity has been on the upside to try to scale out of things, or like what's your strategy there?
It depends what we're talking about. We are talking about
talk about Bitcoin positions, like
leverage,
big 9-figure positions and stuff.
But yeah, but it depends. We're talking about spot. It depends. It depends if we're talking, for example, of my SWI position. That I took profit 65%. Actually, I sold everything, but I bought back 35% of my initial position. So technically, I already took profit 65%. But it depends if we talk about leverage. Leverage is a different game. So I opened leverage on the low, like Ethereum 3050, big position. Sol 175, big position. This I don't have target today. But for sure it's weeks, 1 month maximum.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 days. I don't know what could happen. Like a risk in short term if they are going to sell all the coin from Silk Road. I don't think so. But if they say that, I will take profit, of course. But
yeah. Do you believe what the new?
I don't have level in my mind. No. Right now. So on the leverage I took, I don't have a take profit level.
Do you have stop losses at all though? If you're running like such massive size, you can sleep at night knowing that you can get liquidated.
I can sleep because it's I don't know. I'm already positive, big money, But at least tomorrow something happened. Tomorrow I will wake up. My profit is gone, but I will not get fucked up,
Yeah.
What do you think about the new administration coming in? Are you pretty bullish this and that crypto bull market, for the whole Trump term, or what's your thoughts there? Have you taken any positions on that?
It's pretty bullish after, I hope he will do everything that he said, On the strategic reserve, it's hard to believe right now, I don't know, I don't want to be too much bullish on that,
Yeah.
It will be a nice surprise, but
yeah.
For me, the most bullish things for me, is Gary Gensler will get out. This guy,
Sounds like that's happening, right? I think so.
Yeah.
I think they released today. There's they're dropping a lot of enforcement actions, and the Trump administration is going to come in and drop all those crypto enforcements. So that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for sure. I also had a question that somebody had asked. How do you enter these trades? Are you using sophisticated software or algorithms to enter the trades, or like, do you have anything you could share on that, like how you're acquiring size in these kind of situations?
I use no software. I use, most of my leverage position I open on my phone.
There you go. That easy. There's the answer.
I
love it.
I'll tell you a story. I was playing the Triton poker when Donald Trump has been elected. We know he won. I was playing on the table, when it happened, And I was playing the tournament. 100 Bitcoin on the table.
That's the best. I love it. So you're not that price, sensitive to whether you're using a market order, limit orders, or.
Yeah, I use a limit order, but as in disguise of market order. I took the order book.
Yeah,
I take the order book.
Yeah, it's like a high bid, essentially.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And do you mainly only use Binance?
Yeah, I use right now. I use Binance for the spot on speculative coin. I bought a lot of SWI and But yeah, I think I will use more balance in the future. Yeah.
Somebody
But
in the comments. Go ahead.
What? Yeah.
I was saying somebody in the comments wants to know the largest size trade that you've taken on your phone. Somebody asked.
Larger exposition of the market was 450 million. But
There you go.
Usually on leverage. But I said before, I don't want to give the number.
Yeah. Don't worry about numbers. No numbers, crowd. It's not worth it.
No, but I just wonder sometimes with leverage, like that's why I ask about order books, because some of these bigger traders, they always complain, you know, that the exchanges are hunting them and that sort of stuff. You've never felt like that, or
yes, I feel it. Yeah. I've never wanted to pay too much attention of that, you know. But yes, you know, yeah. I don't know what to do to be honest against that, you know, like, but yes, there is some stuff, you know, like you feel like it's yeah.
All the big traders say, you know, I get hunted all the time. If you're putting on that sort of size, then I can imagine the exchanges must be out for you.
That's why when I saw Aguilatrel number one on Bybit, he opened a really big position in leverage. I don't know how he's doing that. The guy is a beast, you know, like
crazy size. Yeah.
Doing that. So much big position, exclusively on Bybit, but yeah.
How do you feel about on-chain trading? There's hunting there too as well. Are you doing any of that with Hype?
What?
Are you trading on-chain at all with Hyperliquid?
On-chain? No, yeah.
That's even more obvious,
very
right?
Few, you know, very few. I bought Fresa FEI on-chain. I made few like that. Mundeng, it was on chain, I think, but it's, you know, like it's like
no leverage on chain now.
Yeah, it's like 2% my trading activity, you know.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that there's something to be said about like predatory algos that are being run to exploit position entries that are so large. They definitely are out there, but there's nothing you can do, I guess. You got to get in the position somehow.
Actually, in 2021, I was exclusively leverage trade, use leverage on the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now I split a little bit, you know, like if I want to open a big position, except instead of having a big position exclusively on Bitcoin, you know, I split a little bit, you know. You understand? On over, you know, Sol, and like Pepe, you know, like to not, you know, to have the same size, but you know.
Yeah.
And
that's the only things that have changed with 2021 for me.
The other thing I was going to ask is just about other traders in the market. I don't know if you saw today, but that guy Pigeon got doxxed. Did you see that, KBM?
I didn't.
And actually, he works for a fund and all this sort of stuff. You clearly like work for yourself, it feels like. Are there any other traders that you think are like your sort of size who are out there who are like real, like just by themselves, swinging that sort of size? Or do you think a lot of the traders, like the top traders out there, are kind of fronts for funds?
Yes. I don't know who is a fund and said you think it's a lone trader and there is a fund. But I'm not aware about this situation. I read today about that, but no, I'm not aware about that. But there is few big trader, you know, like
Aguila's big.
Yeah.
That guy's huge.
The biggest one are not really trading on exchange.
Yeah.
No.
He wasn't the biggest, but I remember Cole World, Captain Cole, tried to battle you for a moment before he had to delete the Twitter account. But
where is he now?
He's deleted his Twitter. He's gone.
I think
did he actually delete it?
He rode off in the sunset. That was good. Good content.
I hope he's good. I hope he's good.
Yeah.
Did he get liquidated or did he?
I don't think so.
No,
he has tons of spot, right? So I just think he's just like,
I think he
Yeah,
just had enough of the game.
yeah.
He didn't want to keep playing.
Yeah.
A lot of the trades and stuff we've talked about and your positions and stuff, it's obviously like how you would trade if you have like massive size. And I think a lot of people listening to the show are probably like just starting out on much smaller size. Like if someone was like, okay, you've lost everything, but I'm going to give you like a 100K like bankroll, like how would you do things differently? Like how would you try and run that number up from like starting like a much smaller size?
I will bet half on a speculative coin. On the other half, I will keep it on a more secure on a major.
Yeah.
So I will bet 50 on a speculative one, and the other half I will stay on Bitcoin. I will wait the first the speculative coin will do at least 50% or double. Then I will use the money on the Bitcoin to bet on another speculative coin. But I will absolutely wait that the first one is a winner.
Yeah, and then build it up that way.
But for sure, I will not do leverage trading. With 100K, I will not do leverage trading. You have more upside to choose right coin. Like hype when it's out, like FEI, like virtual. Like you have a lot of opportunity. But I will not go all in for sure. But I will put 50% on directly.
Yeah, it's quite a lot higher than I think. Like if you ask most people, they'll say, "Oh yeah, have like 80% or 90% in Bitcoin and majors, and then have 10% on speculative stuff."
Yeah.
But that's quite like it's a very different proportion. And then like let's say you put 50% on like some speculative coin, and then it drops 50% or it doesn't work out. Like, what's the next move? How does someone like risk manage from that standpoint?
But it depends if you have conviction of the first one. I will still get. You cannot lose everything if you have 50% in Bitcoin. And if you have conviction of your first bet, you cannot be zero. Or it's the end of the bull market, or you made a totally mistake. So if my conviction decrease, maybe I could sell, but I'm not. I don't sell easily, So I don't know. If I think I'm wrong, of course I will sell and take my loss, and I will research another one with maybe a better timing, because maybe it's a question of timing. Maybe it's because the project it's just shit. I don't know. It's all depend on that. If it was a bad timing, I will keep holding for sure, and I will wait, and I will not do anything with the other half on Bitcoin. I will wait. If it's a bad decision, but I will sell, and I will still keep my Bitcoin stash, and I will. If I lost 50% of the speculative coin, I will bet only that on another speculative coin until I get back.
How do you think about entries? So let's say you like a coin. Are you the sort of guy that buys momentum, or do you wait for it to hit a certain level? Like, are you fundamentally driven? Like, how are you thinking about these sort of trades in terms of entries? I know Shuzu's like buy tops, but I don't know if what's your view?
For sure, I'm not the guy who wait for a consolidation. If I like the project, I like the team. I start to have conviction about the project, and it's in a momentum, and it's keep going up. I just buy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't be afraid to pull the trigger. I have a question about.
It depends, also the price action. Maybe I will buy only 50%, and if there is, but I will buy. I will not wait for consolidation or anything like that. No.
Oh, Seth, what's going on over there, bud?
It's a fucking mosquito, and it's like eating me alive, and I just keep missing it when I'm trying to kill it.
Anyway, high stakes.
You know that there is people who are still waiting for an entry on hype.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It went crazy, and people who were waiting, they're still waiting for $15, you know.
It is the kind of market where you just kind of have to sack up and at least get into some of your size, or else, you know, the dips just aren't that big right now. That's for sure. If you're trying to be extremely patient and wait for entries, it's usually gets away from you. With that being said, it's like with the market where it is right now, what is your current like medium term or short term conviction? Like, are you convicted long, like, and you're just holding here? There's no chance in a trend change. Are you just kind of sitting on the positions? Are you adding, or are you doing anything right now?
But it depends what kind of position you're talking
I'm
about.
talking about probably the majors like Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, maybe Hype in there for you, because I know you're big.
On the spot, you mean? On the
leverage.
Leverage. Leverage. Leverage, as I told you, you know, like leverage, anything could happen quickly, you know. And as I told you, I don't have any took profit level, take profit.
Yeah, like for instance, today's movement with the CPI. Are you doing anything in your book in today's type of environment? You just hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. As I tweet, the lev stay on.
The leverage stay. I love it.
Leverage stay on. But for sure, you know, usually in a bull market, after this bull market is different. But in 2021, when we had a correction, when the market was, you know, like bearish, maybe a lot. Some people say maybe it's the bull market is finished and everything, you know. And so 30% correction on Bitcoin, we had that in 2021. Okay. We not right now, but we had that in 2021. It always took 1 month and a half before the euphoria and the funding high, and then you have to debate. So usually 1 month is kind of maximum in a bull market. You can keep your leverage, but this cycle is different. So I'm more tend to say 2-3 weeks.
So you're keeping the full leverage.
Like, I say that in a vacuum, you know, like you need to see the market, you know.
Anyone else just want to massively increase their position size right now? Or?
Yeah. Again, I want to add some leverage personally, but maybe
this is
not the day to do it.
For risk management.
Literally everyone in the chat's just like, this guy knows what he's doing.
No, dangerous to add. I don't know. Huh? I don't like to up on the up.
Add on the down days.
Yeah.
That's the smarter way to do it. Since we're talking about big leverage and holding for a month, I mean, do you have to pay attention to funding rates at all? Or do you take funding rates into account when you're lighting up positions like that?
Usually, yes. Usually in bull market, I pay attention to that. But on this bull market, there is a lot of arbitrage with it, you know, with a lot of arbitrage funding. So I pay less attention on that, to be honest. Not really, actually. And in 2021, I was really pay attention on that. Yeah.
Funding's been contained for like 12, 18 months because of like all the ARB, and plus ETFs now is like creating more ARB. But I feel like OI is like a better metric of that, right? Because like something like OI shoots through the roof, and everyone's like, "Oh wow, funding's like flat," but like there's like huge gross risk, and then something just like this liquidity cascade. Everyone's like, "What the fuck happened? Funding was neutral," but like there's just like ton of like risk out there right now. So
yeah, I don't know. We saw funding get to pretty extreme levels when we had those quick 10% flash crashes. I don't know, a month or two ago. So maybe it is something to keep an eye on when it gets to those levels. Those are definitely prevalent. And those create great opportunities.
You know, this kind of flash crash happen when the market is hitting a little bit. You know, the sentiment we are not in the kind of situation. I don't believe so. You know, like no.
Yeah.
Maybe if we go to 115, 120K, you know, Bitcoin. Yeah, we could have this flash crash, you know.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not really worried about that.
I was curious your thoughts on Saylor. Do you think he poses a risk to the market at some point down the line? Do you care what he does? Do you even look at it? What he does? Does it matter?
But what he does matter for Bitcoin, yeah, for sure. Is this a risk? Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I like the guy. He's crazy.
He's crazy. That's for sure.
Because there is a lot of degen in the market. Guy who have my side with degen, there is few, not a lot, but on his side, I think he's the only one. He's seller, huh? Yeah, he's a king. Huh?
He is a maniac and a king. Price agnostic. He doesn't give a shit what the price is.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if it's a risk. I don't know. A lot of people talk about that. I don't know. I don't have enough information to have a conviction about if this is a risk or not. I don't know.
Now, we're called Rekt Radio. We normally talk about like people's coming back from losses, big losses, that sort of stuff. Do you have any like war stories there, like where you've come back from like a crazy loss and then made it all back, or big swings? Mainly from a mentality side as well. Like, what do you do on those horrific days? Like, do you have like a process, or do you have any like rules for yourself?
Mando, you missed it. We covered this one already.
Yeah, we talked about that before you came, but to say something else about that, for example, so it's completely different because before you was there, I talk about my biggest loss, But for example, to talk about losses, this summer I lost a lot. I was not good by leverage. I was, like you said first, keyboard monkey. Like when you said you lost, and then you try to make a new one. I was in this kind of mindset for a short period of time, so I lost money and say, okay, I have to stop that. And so this is the time when I decided, okay, I want to take more risk on my spot, because I was spot Bitcoin, Ethereum, and in spot and big leverage. I said, okay, I will switch my strategy because I was losing. So I will take more risk on my spot. So I sold all my Ethereum and all my Sol, and I put everything on Sui, and open lower size on leverage, and it works fucking great.
That worked out. Speaking of that, what's like the biggest leverage ratio you would recommend somebody capping out at? I know for a big account, it's obviously way different, but is there any advice on that side of it?
It depends what you say. What is a leverage for you? Because most people, let's say, they only look at the leverage on the exchange. Like they put $1,000, they open a $10,000 position. They think they are leverage 10. But it's not how I think myself. I look at my whole crypto portfolio, and I took leverage from that size. No matter how much I have in the exchange. You understand what I mean? If your net worth is your crypto net worth is 10K, and you open it's in spot, and you open a 10K position on leverage, you're 2x.
Yeah.
2%, you 200% long. Yeah. So usually when you think like that, 300% long, it's challenging. Like 200 is good. More, 400, 500. The biggest I've been in my was 10x, but short period of time, on crazy stuff. But usually 300% is long. Is
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, anything else, you're obviously risking your account.
Because it also depends. Okay, your collateral is in USD. So it's completely different than if your collateral is in Bitcoin, and it's completely different if your collateral is in sweet or speculative alcohol. And this is completely different. So it depends, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cannot say.
No, there's no one size fits all.
3x is too dangerous if your collateral is in USD and all you don't have crypto in spot, you know. No, 3x it's nothing, you know. But if your collateral is in speculative coin, you open a leverage 3x, you know. So yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
If I'm clear, yeah.
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 So on a podcast this summer, we got a comment. Somebody said you said the bull market might have been 60% finished. What do you think about it now? Did you change that? Do you have any updates to that forecast?
I said 60%. Yeah.
That's what you said, apparently.
Yeah. But I'm not sure today we'll have a clear bull market like before. You know, I mean, same 4-year cycle as before. You know, like clear bull market, clear bear market. Maybe the bull market will be last longer, but with some desert in the middle, like 8 months range or 8 months mini bear market. So, you know, I don't know. For sure, we are not. I don't know actually. 60%, 65% seems good, you know, to me today. Still, because we have a lot of months. We range for a lot of months, so you know, nothing has changed.
Where do you think we top like prices? What do you think the top prices will end up being for like Bitcoin, ETH, Sol?
But yeah, I don't know.
Huh? It
could be anywhere between 150 and 300, but you know, mostly 200. You know.
Yeah, and do you think?
Know, I'm not really focused on that, and you know, After you know, in a few years, Bitcoin at 500K, I think it's totally possible. More, yes, it's also possible if we have. It depends of the country start to buy, or there is strategic reserve, but yeah.
Do you have a view on like Bitcoin dominance over that same time period? Like, do you think Bitcoin dominance keeps going higher, or do we see some like alts come back in ETH and Sol? Or
I hope it will get crushed.
Yeah. That'd be nice. I think that's what everyone wants, right?
I think alt is like they are kind of ready to explode. Honestly, yeah. I don't know if this is my wishes of you know, but Bitcoin dominance is enough, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good way to put it. You think a lot of these nation states will buy Bitcoin? Will anyone follow through?
Yeah, I think the idea has started to spread everywhere, you know. So yes, I think so. But I don't want to be too bullish on that, you know. So I don't think a lot about that, you know. Like it's. But I think the idea has spread everywhere. So yeah.
Man, at the end of the day, if countries are buying Bitcoin, what does every retail crypto DJ want to do? They probably want to buy more alts, right? They're not going to. People will just be like, "Cool, I'm just going to fucking gamble on like random alts or random meme coins." But I think what it does mean is like the downside from that top is obviously much more cushioned for Bitcoin than it is for like anything else, because
people always want to take risk and to gamble. So, you know, nothing will change.
Yeah.
I just want to take so much more risk. These are one of these shows where I'm just like, oh my god, like I want to triple everything that I own. What about tell me a little about living in Dubai? Do you think that's the best place to be wealthy in the world at the moment? You're not attracted to go to any of these other cities around there? I see you with the cars and the good lifestyle, but I don't really know.
I think it's a good place. Yeah, it's a good place because you know, everything working. You know, For example, I know someone, he's an entrepreneur. He's not here because there is less tax. He's here because he doesn't have time to spend time on things that doesn't work. Everything is easy here, everything, everything is working, everything easy. You can have everything in one click, Then there is a good dynamic here. A lot of people in crypto, entrepreneur, it's a good location in the world, Asia, and everything. There is safety if you have family, And at the beginning, when I was there, it's not like I like it for a few months, but not. I couldn't stay for 1 year, I couldn't. Yeah. But more and more, I'm here. When I go somewhere else, I want to come back to Dubai today.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I see the people who live here, say all things the same. All the people who say bad things about Dubai are people who are not living in Dubai.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, it seems like a decent spot. Definitely got a lot going for it, especially all the crypto people moving there, and businesses, opportunities. I think we're bumping up against the time limit here, but I think we all walking away from this show wanting to get a little more levered up and a little more along. I'm feeling underexposed personally. But High Stakes, with that being said, we always ask this question at the end of this show. What's your advice, your best advice on how not to get wrecked for somebody?
To get wrecked, you have to be honest with yourself, but it's not like you have to be honest with yourself, because some people, they don't recognize when they're not good at something, or when. But it's not a practical advice. So my practical advice is to have, as I said, like a stop loss on your crypto networks, like a kind of kill switch. That if you reach this, you cut everything. You take time. You understand what did happen to you, how you can correct. You wait for a better condition of market, and you re-enter. Yeah.
So a bit of patience once you
lose at certain level, you have to stop everything.
Yeah.
You have to stop everything.
Yeah. Discipline and patience.
You have to stand down. You have to understand what's happening, and even when you do understand, you have to wait a better condition of the market, and then you come back.
Perfect. Appreciate it, brother. So the leverage stays on. We're going up, hopefully. The leverage stays on. Thanks a lot, High Stakes. We'll see you in the order books, I'm sure, at some point here in the future. But yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
You gotta come back on when Bitcoin hits $1 million, I think.
Yeah, there you go. $1 million next show. All right, guys.
Bye everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes.